Hello there, Tankers and Tankettes. This is Iron Lord Mink coming at you with a gameplay review of the Panther M10, the Tier 7 German medium tank that is available on the premium tech tree for around 5,750 gold. This review also sort of by default will cover the Champion Panther M10 as well, as the only difference between the two vehicles is the Champion version of this vehicle is a dual crew trainer, so that can allow you to train both German and American crews. Though, yes, like I say, let's get into things. Though before we actually touch upon the history of the vehicle and of course its in-game performance, I also want to quickly make you aware in regards to this video, I will also be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of the video to find out a bit more about that. Now, onto the history. The Panther M10 in real life was a pretty much rough and ready conversion of the Panther G, whereby the vehicle was disguised, so had its cupola removed in most cases, had its muzzle brake also removed, and had it extra spliced on armor sheet here and there to try and disguise it to make it look like an M10 Wolverine tank destroyer. Now this is part of the wider operation known as Operation Griffin, which was the brainchild of Otto Skirnsey, where he and his other SS units were to basically use captured Allied equipment as well as converted vehicles such as the Panther M10 to try and cause as much chaos behind Allied lines as possible in order to seize a number of bridges during the Battle of the Bulge. Now, luckily for us, he didn't really have the equipment that he needed to pull off the operation successfully, so it did end up in failure. And in the case of the Panther M10 itself, well, it's not that convincing when you kind of look at it, with this kind of square boxy profile compared to the more angular profile of the M10 Wolverine. 10 vehicles of the Panther M10, well, Panther Gs were converted into Panther M10s. Pretty much all of them were lost, and of course in game it is a tier 7 premium which is available for 5,750 gold. Onto its in-game performance, the Panther M10 in-game, I wouldn't really say it's bad nor good, though I would say it does have some really good redeeming qualities. Specifically in regards to its armor profile, it does have an extra 5mm space armor all around the front and on the turret as well, which can make it a little bit more resistant than the standard Panther, which means that your upper plate is around 130mm effective, which if angled can save you from quite a lot of shells on occasion. Though again, it's not something I'd recommend relying on, as you do only have 45mm of space offside armor, which means if you do over angle, that's going to be an easy pen for the enemy. You also have 110mm of mantlet armor, which means if you are hull down, it can save you from quite a lot. Now, onto the actual qualities of the vehicle. In terms of its specifications, you've got 700 horsepower, which gives you around 15 horsepower per ton and a top speed of 55 kilometers. You have got the same 75mm L70, which you do see across various German vehicles, starting from tier 5 with the Stug, and obviously on other Panther variants at lower tier. And in regards to your radar range, you have 710 meters radar range, view range of 365 meters, and you also have a base rate of fire of 15 rounds per minute with 135 alpha on AP and APCR, 175 alpha on HE, with penetration going from 150 on the AP, 194 on the APCR, and then 38 on high explosive. So in terms of its actual combat capability, the vehicle itself isn't too bad, as you can buff up the rate of fire from 15 rounds per minute base up to 18 rounds per minute, which will give you mean your DPM will go from 2,025 up to around 2,400, which is really good. That's probably one of the best features about the vehicle, is that you do have that really good, decent DPM, which allows you to play the support role really well, where you can perma-track vehicles around corners and that sort of thing. In terms of the crew skills I use, in this vehicle are pretty much standard: brothers in arms, rapid fire, steady aim, snapshot and smooth ride, iron mace to reduce the penetration, drop off over range, dead eye to increase, of course, your critical chance, and also use repairs and situational awareness to obviously make sure that I can repair my tracks quick enough, or as well other modules, and ensure that increase the view range as well. With the equipment I'm using being rammer, optics, and of course ventilation. So with that in mind, my DPM goes up to about 2,400 for 18 rounds per minute. View range goes up to about from 365 up to 425, which can mean this vehicle can be quite competitive, especially given it has press matchmaking. Now, into the first replay, this is going to be Pelton, and I'm pretty much going to be demonstrating how you want to play the Panther M10. It's not really a frontline brawler, so I wouldn't rely on taking hits frontally, as again, it's not going to survive long. So if you do angle out a little bit, try and use the sidearm as much as possible, try to use your tracks to eat enemy shells, and you just keep pinpointing, keep using your pinpoint accuracy of 0.25. With my upgrades, the base accuracy is about 3.2, 0.32. You can pretty much easily keep rapidly putting shells into enemies, do 135 damage time, and racking up your damage. Now, in the case of this P29, I've been trying to aim at his machine gun weak spot just to try and maximize my income, because I want to use as much AP as possible. Though in this case here, I switched to APCR for the extra penetration, just to guarantee I do knock him out of the battle. I do take a few hits from him, which is completely fine. It's my fault really for letting the battle drag on for a bit too long, and of course that is obviously my fault as a result. Now I do take out a P43 there on the move, using godlike accuracy, and this is pretty much how you want to really be playing the vehicle. You want to minimise your exposure to enemies as much as possible. You want to use your great gun handling and DPM just to rack up the damage quickly and efficiently to again knock out a new vehicle. So at this point in time, I'm sitting on 1,700 damage, a couple 122 assist, and pretty much while I'm taking in about half my HP, just over half my HP in damage. Again, it's not too bad because I've output way more than my health in terms of damage taken. So yeah, in the case of Klepaci KB1, I keep, again, minimise my exposures. He can't hit me, but I can shoot his low plate and I can easily pen him, and I take him out of the battle, and then I push on to take out this ELC AMX, where I set him on fire and then quickly execute him with a follow-up shot. Yeah, so at this point in time, I then revert to the sniping role, take out that Crusader SP, and then start firing at the enemy SU-110-1. Now at this point, I could play a little bit better, a bit more safe, because I'm going to take a beating in a bit, though it's it's all okay, because at the end of the day I'm sitting on 2,500 damage, again 122 assist, and again things have gone quite well for me. Though I do, like I say, take a beating around from the SU-100. I do unfortunately bounce a couple of rounds. At this point in time, I should have probably switched to APCR just to guarantee the penetrations, as that's now going to knock me down to one shot, and that's going to pretty much beat me out of the game in a few seconds time. So like I say, it's just like a quick and dirty replay, kind of showing you things you can pull off in the Panther M10. So I get taken out there, it's close to defeat. However, I am second place on MVP with 7 kills, 2,980 damage, and 1,000 base experience, with 446 damage blocked and 221,000 credits made, with Mastery, Devastator, second mark up to about 92%, I believe, and High Caliber and Top Gun. Again, that 221,000 wasn't just made with its base credit earnings of 56%, which is really good, because I did have a 2x booster on this battle. But again, you can imagine without that 2x booster, that still would have been over 100k credits, which is again really profitable for this vehicle. Now the second battle, this isn't actually using a 2x silver booster. This is just going to be raw earnings, and it's just again going to be showing you how you want to sort of play this vehicle. Like I say, Panther M10, it's not a frontline brawler. You can sort of go hold down ish in it. But again, you've got to be wary that even using your 8 degrees of gun depression, your amount of armor is only going to be going from about 120 to about 180 effective, and there will still be zones which are 100mm and easy penetrations. Though again, it's nicer than having nothing, so there's that going for you. So yeah, and here we are on Pilsen. My main goal here is to try and push down the end of zero line, just try and support the team as much as possible, given it is a team destruction battle, and again farming as much damage as possible to maximise credit earnings. Now I get spotted a few times, get targeted, but it's fine, it's no biggie. Probably that T21 light tank over, which I then detect, and yeah, so here I pretty much move up to position. Again, Pilsen's a really small map anyway, so with my 425 meters of view range, I can pull off quite a lot with it, and here we go. Now we're getting into combat. I see a comet there, try put a shot into him, I pen him, but he pens me in return. I decide then to angle a little bit. Again, I take another pen, and then I realise maybe trying to fight that flank isn't going to be good for my life expectancy. So I reposition, moving over to the other side of this building to try and create a new angle, as I realise I pretty much have no support on this flank. And then pull back and see the enemy T21. I get tracked, repair my tracks instantly, and decide, okay, this T21, he's got to go out of the battle, because again, light tanks, on any map, if they are given free reign, they can be devastating. Now, I lose shot to the T21 as the 3001 HP moves up to engage me. I pretty much, keep putting damage in, using my DPM as much as possible. I try to angle a bit, which does save me from the occasional shell he puts in, and knock him out. At this point, I'm sitting on about 1000 damage, taking again just under half my health and damage, which is fine. And again, pretty much done a decent job so far, though there's still a lot of damage to be done. So at this point, I'll reposition on the other side, knowing that 3001 HP is taken out. Kind of want to see what we can do. There's KV2 there, using the 107mm this, and of course, at this point, I re-angle, side scrape out a little bit to try and block any shells. I bounce a shot from the Comet, and then Hellcat 105 pops up, which is going to be, again, one of my problem targets, given he has pretty high alpha and a decent gun overall. And again, I bounce a shell from him too. So, do a bit of damage here and there. I'll reposition again, because the T21 comes around the corner, and I take him out pretty much. He goes down fairly quickly with 2 shells into him, and again, I then reposition again back to my original position, just to see what we can do. So again, the key to the vehicle and doing well is realizing you're not a one-man army, and you are a support vehicle. While they do have armor, should you choose to use it effectively, it's not going to be the best thing in the world. So you've got to keep that in mind. So the best thing to do is stay mobile as much as you can, positioning constantly, and just keep harassing the enemy team. So I harass that Comet there because he forgets about my existence, put a few shells into the Hellcat 105 as he gets away, and as he gets away then I switch targets again to the enemy Lawler Sherman, remembering there is the KV2 there as well, and he's going to be my next thing I'll go for. Now I put shell into the sides. He tries angling out. Unfortunately for him, he's over angling a bit, so I can get clean penetrations to the side. I set him on fire. He fires at me and bounces, and I take him out. Now I switch to the Lawler Sherman. So Lawler Sherman has my sides, but again, he's exposing his rear a bit too much. So I set him on fire, and then he gets quickly taken out of the battle. My KV then pushes on me. I'm down to about 2 AP rounds at this point. And again, I just try to take him out as much as possible, go in for a bit of a ram, just to see what we can do, and he gets taken out by my teammate. And at this point in time, after a really dirty brawl, I'm sat on 4,200 damage, 16,000 blocked by looks of things, and again a couple hundred assisted. So, 201 assisted. So again, in regards to this game, has gone fairly well. I'm pretty much out of AP completely, and loading my first APCR shells, though I doubt at this point in time it will be necessary, as that Hellcat 105 is doomed to be taken out by my teammates. So the Hellcat 105 gets spotted again, and at this point in time I try to intercept, see if I can get some more damage, and see what happens here. So the Hellcat 105 fires at the 3001p. I get a shot into him, I miss though, and then he gets obliterated by my teammate, which is again all well and good. So in regards to the post-game battle stats, again, just showing you what you can do in this vehicle. I'm MVP, only 3 kills this time, but an absolute staggering amount of damage of 4.2k, with 200 assisted, 1600 blocked, and 146,000 credits made, which again is really nice given that I wasn't using a 2x booster in that battle. So you can imagine if we're using 2x booster, that would have been an easy 300k. So in regards to the Panther M10, should you not have, again, maybe the goal to get an all vehicle, Panther M10 is definitely recommended because it is a really good performer in the right hands. In this case, got mastery, sniper, high caliber, and steel wall. Yeah, a steel wall and a medium. Yes, you're seeing that right. And with base XP earned of 1,922. So again, it's really nice in that regard. So where I'd recommend getting a Panther M10 is if you're in need of a credit earner on the cheap, as it is only 5,750 gold. And if you need something that can train crews, as the tank does have, I have a look here, does have a crew XP, well, XP earn rate of 20%, so it's really nice in that regard. You earn 20% extra XP per battle, which can be converted into your crews. So in that regard, again, really nice. It's a really nice crew trainer as well as credit earner as well, given it has really good DPM. And like I say, if you can play it right, you can maximize that damage really efficiently. Now, the first two battles that it's shown with top tier games where you're kind of expected to do really well on this thing, especially as it has, like I say, preferential matchmaking, so you will see tier 7s quite often, and tier 8s on occasion. And here we go. So this time we're in a tier 8 battle. It's on Himmelsdorf. Not the ideal map for this thing, because in regards to the Panther M10, you're going to really want to favour more longer range maps, so you can put your gun to use in terms of sniping, and obviously make sure you can maximise your accuracy and that sort of thing. But it's okay, we're going to see what we can do. Now, we climb the hill on Himmelsdorf, and our goal here is to try and secure the hill and put flanking shots down below. So that's going to be my primary goal in this battle. Again, it may not always pull off, because you never know what the enemy pulls out. We'll put it on top of the hill here. Though, I feel going into this battle, I have got sufficient support from 2 PD-43s, as well as a Dragon. So, and that's before the heavies that are behind us as well. So here we go. We've got the enemy Dragon here. Now, Dragons are fairly nasty vehicles to fight. While they are easy to penetrate, they do have a whopping 390 alpha gun with really good penetration, and if he's using Hesh, he can actually do up to 500 damage rolls and easily again pen me with his 210mm of Hesh pen. Now, I put a shell into him, I put another one in. Unfortunately, that third shell missed by some. I have no idea how that missed, but again, RNG with the tanks. Sometimes it forgives you. Well, sometimes it gives stuff to you. Sometimes it takes stuff away. So it is what it is. Farm the STA2 a bit. Dragon gets taken out by my teammates, and at this point we've got the hill secured. Now, I'm not really sitting on a lot of damage, so again, it's a little bit frustrating, but it's fine. I've got try to switch targets to Tiger 2. Fortunately, Tiger 2 pulls back and I get an unlucky bounce. Then I switch to the Agula 430, and he gets taken out pretty quickly by my teammates. Now, we sit on the hill for a bit, just seeing what we can do. Enemy Tiger P gets farmed completely. I see M6 there below. I start trying to get shots into him. First few couple rounds miss, but eventually adjust and then start penning him and doing significant damage, which is really good, even though he's unspotted. Key thing to note, if you're doing damage to an unspotted vehicle, if it pops up, you're damaging him with the XP earnings. And I pretty much keep farming him as much as possible, using my really good accuracy. Now, he gets away eventually, so that leads me to have to switch targets. At this point in time, I try to go for Tiger 1. Unfortunately, he isn't spotted. Tiger 2 is still in cover, but the enemy team starts capping. Now, at this point, I make the executive decision, knowing that I'm on about 1,000 more damage. I do want a bit more damage, of course, to try and get as many credits as possible. I decide to go back to defend base, given that both our team and their team's organisation is all over the place, which is fair enough. And what I end up doing is I end up pushing back down, powering through to try and defend the base. Luckily, the team has it already, and the enemy team then make the mistake of not capping. Which is again good for us, because it just means we can get more damage in, especially given we have the massive numbers advantage. So regardless of what happens at this point in time, this game is practically a win by default. Like I say, we push through, push down to defend the base, and from there the aim is to try and get as much damage in as possible. Tiger 2 pops up here alongside the Panther 2. Panther 2, I put some shells into him, he's trying to keep him tracked. He takes some damage from my teammate. Tiger 2 pushes forward, and luckily, like I say, it's a stop Tiger 2, and we get some easy pens into his side armour. I missed that one there because I went up a bump and didn't readjust my aim properly, but I get some shells into his tracks, and he then goes down to one of my teammates. Panther 2 and the enemy team takes a beating. I pull around the corner in order to execute him, so I take him out right there. Get a shot right into his side armour, and then there's the enemy Jagd Panther 2. Now the Jagd Panther 2, I make a mistake here, I really should have rammed him. I should have just sat where I was and just shot his front rifle wheel, kept him tracked, and just farmed him from there. As at this point in time I take an absolute beating, though I do luckily retract the Jagd Panther 2 when he rammed into him, so I do get some nice assistance there. He goes down to my teammates, and then we go for the last enemy vehicle, which is the AT-15. He takes me out, fortunately, but that's my fault because, again, I should have protected myself more by just staying on down that road, not pushing any further into crossfire and just tracking that aircraft platoon, farming it. But again, that AT-15 is going to quickly go down to my teammates, so it's no biggie there. And in regards to damage done, I'm on 2,281 with about 500 assists. So again, really nice result given it is a TRA battle, which is pretty much the worst sort of matchmaking this thing can face. Though luckily at the moment I believe there is a +1 matchmaking event, which means you're never going to see anything other than TS7, which is really good to take note of. So yeah, that's again another really good battle, just showing you what you can do, and it's victory. And I again MVP once again with a 1 kill, 2,541 total damage, with 500 assist and around I believe that is 1.5k basic speed, so pretty much 3k combined, 1 kill, and again with 2x credit booster, looking at around 212k credits, which again is really nice in terms of credit earning. So just shows you what you can do in this vehicle. Again, was using the 2x credit booster, but even without 2x credit booster would have been easily a 100k game, and it just shows you again in regards to this vehicle, even though it is a tier 7, though it doesn't have the best damage output of any of the other tier 7s, it is a really, again, a really good credit earner if you can play it to its strengths, and make sure to, again, keep your gun going, maximize your DPM output, and just, you know, again, just do the best you possibly can. Now, the last replay we got here is on Carnus, again, top tier game, and I'm just going to be showing you, sort of demonstrating what you can do with the turret armor in this vehicle. So, like I say, turret armor isn't fantastic by any means. It's only 110mm on the mantlet, and behind the mantlet 100mm. So it's not the strongest, though if you are able to go hull down, you can easily maximize your turret armor effectiveness, and put that to good effect against, you know, tier 5 vehicles, tier 6 vehicles, and even the occasional tier 7s. May not work against, like say, all opponents, because even when you are hull down, there will be some zones of your frontal turret face which only about max out 110, 150mm effective. Though that being said, you know, it is good enough, which is the point, because again, you are a medium tank. You're not meant to be, you know, brawling. You're not meant to be, you know, doing the work of heavies. But your armor is there to pretty much work as well as it possibly can to keep you in the fight for as long as possible. So the aim here is I'm going to try and drive up to where this ridgeline is, and I'm going to try and go hold down here and spot as much as I can. First thing I spot is an enemy Craft Panther. Now, Craft Panther versus the Panther M10, I would like he's probably, it's either between, depending on your playstyle, either better or not as good, because the Craft Panther does have less damage per minute and less view range, though it does have far better penetration, but though at 198 base and 244 its APCR, same damage output and practically the same accuracy. So again, it does depend on your playstyle, though. The Craft Panther, one thing to remember about that vehicle is that it does see tier 9s, it doesn't have breath matchmaking, so again, it's something to consider. But yeah, we'll pretty much hold down here, you know, angling out upper plate, farming to capture KV1 as much as possible, where he's pretty much firing with a standard shell, is pretty much bouncing every shot because he's only got 112 base pen. If he loaded APCR, he could have had a good chance to go through, but luckily he doesn't do that. I'm going to switch targets to the enemy Craft Panther, start farming him. Again, bounce another shell from something. Hellcat gets a shot onto me with 76, at which point then I start switching targets because I see him as the priority. He pens me again, Craft Panther pens me, but I take out the Hellcat. Craft Panther backs off, and again I remain hold down and start switching targets back to the capture KV1. Now capture KV1 kind of evades me here for a bit. I miss way too many shells. That's again, which is sort of embarrassing for me, but it is what it is. And eventually take him out, so it's, you know, in the end it's not too bad. Though I do take another couple hits from some other vehicles, but you know, it is what it is. And do we get him? Yeah, we take him out. Good. So he gets taken out. and push up a bit more, and I see the enemy team is starting to cap, which is kind of bad because if no one interrupts that cap for 50 odd seconds, they can win just by default by capping out, which is, again, something to be worried about. The Stove 74 takes out the Crafts Panther, which is really nice, and then I push around the edge of this little mound to engage the AMX M4. AMX M4 is pretty much one shot, so I try to secure the kill. I do miss, unfortunately, but that's what happens if you're far on the move. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, but teammate takes him out, but that's no biggie. So at this point, I blocked about 800 damage, which is a decent amount. I've done 1,900 damage in return, and I'm sitting on about 7 AP shells. I probably would have had more AP, but again, I did miss way too many against that captured KV1. So at this point in time, my main goal, reset the cap, deal with this Tiger 1. So I pretty much farm him. I switch to the Minuteman because the Minuteman again is in a bad spot, and if I can knock him out, then that just will make things easier for the team. And yeah, the Minuteman goes down, leaving just this Tiger 1 and a few other vehicles on the field. Now Tiger 1, he gets a shot into me. Luckily for me, it bounces, and I again get 2 shots into him for free, making him a 2-shot for me right now. He fires another shot on me, but I know that I reload way faster than he does, so I take him out as well. So at this point, on 3,000 damage, pretty nice game, and we're down to the last enemy vehicle on to deal with, which is a Jagdpanzer 4. Now this Jagdpanzer 4 pretty much has no chance of survival, though like I say, I will get some extra damage here. So pen him once, he then goes behind some hard cover, at which point I don't really have a shot on him, but I will try and move up to see if I can secure a kill, though I believe he goes down to my team, which is fine. Yep, there you go, he goes down. So again, another great replay, 3,000 plus damage, and again another epic victory where I am MVP with a total of 4 kills, 3,143 damage, 135 assists, and 967 blocked. So again, just demonstrating what you can do with this vehicle. I do make 231k credits, again with a 200 times booster, ace tanker, steel wall, and a high caliber. So again, just really good replay, just demonstrating what you can do this vehicle with, of course, looks like 1,632 base XP as well. So in regards to the Panther M10, is it worth it? Again, if you like that sort of support tank playstyle, you need something that is fairly low cost compared to other premiums, and that makes a decent amount of credits as well as can train crews at the same time. I highly recommend it. Though, if you're in for something that is a bit more durable, I'd probably recommend something along the lines of, like Tiger 131 or any of the other premiums that are available. Though for a medium, again, it does a decent job. But either way, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And in regards to that giveaway, all you need to do, okay, is like and subscribe for this video, and comment down below hashtag Panther M10 with your platform and your gamertag. If you do that, I'll be picking out winners as of Friday. So if you're interested, just keep an eye on YouTube comments, because I'll be pinning comments down below, as well as putting the comments on my Twitter. So I will also be linking my Twitter down below as well, so you can take a look at that and see when I announce the winners. And in regards to the prizes available, first place prize will be a Panther M10 as displayed in this video. Second place prize will be 7 days of premium, and the third place prize will be 1 day of premium. So again, if any of those things interest you, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below hashtag Panther M10 with your platform and your gamertag. And with that in mind, I'll be picking out winners on Friday, and then I believe on either 1st or 2nd of February, that's when you'll have those rewards, of course, credited to you if you are lucky enough to win. So like I say, I do appreciate you watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, got a little bit of knowledge from it, and of course, if you were considering buying the Panther M10 anyway, again, hope you found this useful. But other than that, though, like I say, thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in other World of Tanks console content, check out Renegade Central and Lucky Star Pie's channel. I'll also link those in the description, and there'll also be a link to the community Discord as well, should you want to chat. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching, and take care and enjoy.